We are here to move up levels in our life. Wherever you're situated right now at this very moment in time, I hope you would agree that it is possible for you to move up one level, 2, 3, several levels. But how? How do you move to the next level? You may say to yourself that you've been dealt quite a bad hand in life, as if in a game of poker. You may say, compared to others, the deficits within your life, the struggles that you experience on a daily basis, you may feel is enough to keep anyone down and from succeeding and moving up in life. By following along with what I teach you, you will discover how to let go of the level that you are at right now in your life and begin to become empowered to move into areas of your life that maybe you only dreamed about when you were younger. So let's dive in and let's look at how you can move yourself into the person that you have always wanted to become. We're looking at your abilities. I want you to think about the one ability, the one gift, the one talent that you have. And if you can't think of anything right now at this moment in time, think back on when you were younger. What were some of the abilities, talents, and gifts that you had back then? What was the main one? What was the ability that you had, the focal point? Some of us go through life, and it is unfortunate that others that are close to us, even within our own family, put us down. These are individuals that see the imperfections within us, and some of these individuals are very quick to point out these flaws. What ends up happening is we begin to focus on their words, their thoughts, their attitudes, their opinions of us. Our weaknesses are their focal point, and therefore our weaknesses become our own focal point. And it is unfortunate that many live in this on a daily basis. We learn to grow with these thoughts and opinions about ourselves. We begin to adapt them even as our own thoughts and beliefs about ourselves. And we start focusing on our own flaws, our own imperfections. But were we meant to focus on our imperfections and on our flaws? Or were we meant to focus on something different? For some of us, we begin to look and compare ourselves to others. I'm sure you would agree, we're not supposed to compare ourselves to others. But yet we still do it, don't we? So I'll give you a couple of experiences with myself. I grew up in a very solemn church where when you sang, and I used to sing in the choirs, and I used to sing solos, it was very staunch. Okay, so there was no room for expression, to emphasize, to just let yourself go freely and just sing the way you would, let's say, in your own bedroom. So within church and singing solos, I sang very much similar to Charlotte Church. And yes, I could reach those high notes as well. And then I moved to Ontario, Canada, and I entered into a mostly Caribbean church. Well, for the first 2 years, I didn't tell anyone in there that I could sing. So the question is, why didn't I tell anyone that I could sing solos in that church? Yes, I sang along with the congregation, but I made sure that my voice did not stand out. So what was I doing? For those 2 years, I was comparing myself with other singers. I, having a different kind of voice, felt intimidated. Felt also, who am I to sing like these individuals? It was a different form of singing and a different expression of singing. I had gotten to know a lady in the church. In fact, she ended up being my maid of honor when I first moved up to Ontario. And she said to me after 2 years, "Bernadette, did you ever think you are meant to share your voice with the congregation? What if you are meant to share your voice, your unique voice?" It was such a simple question, but it truly made me stop and think. Here I am trying to say to myself, why would they want to hear me singing? It was in my head like putting Charlotte Church into a full clear view revival church and expecting her then to sing like Aretha Franklin. Both have gifts that are meant to be shared. Both are different, but still blessed. And through the years as well with my singing voice, I used to envy women who can just belt out with such gusto and such lung capacity and such sharpness in their voice and could be heard right down to the last pew. I, with my soft voice, would even have to struggle behind the microphone. And then I came across a lady preacher, Joyce Meyer, who was always upset with her sharp, raspy, gruff of a voice, only to discover later in years that her calling was to preach and teach. And she explained it in such a way that she said that she knew that while preaching, people would have no other choice but to stay awake. When hearing those words, I began to think about my own voice. And since 2007, I had so many individuals who said, "You should start doing hypnosis tapes." While I had the professional education to do so, it has not been until 2020, March 2020, that I began to embrace another talent, ability of mine. So right now, I want you to look at something that makes you different from the person next to you. What is an ability, gift, or talent that you have that makes you different from your classmates, from your family, from the groups that you're involved in? We don't need to compare ourselves with others. We were made to be unique. And in those unique abilities, gifts, and talents, we come together, we share, and we create beautiful music together. I would love for you to reach out to me. Share with me what you came up with as your dominant ability, your dominant gift, talent. I also have a free lesson to give you as well if you reach out to me by email, and I will most graciously get it to you quickly right away. Until next time, blessings.